everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. I go by Rachel Ray here on the internet, and today I'm going to bring you another cross-stitching and a little bit of knitting update in my Flosstube. So I hope that you're all having a great day. Welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. I have a lot to update you guys on, and a lot of feelings about projects. So I hope that you have a nice drink. I've got my sparkling water from Mrs. Crochet and Coffee. Well, the water's not from her, the tumbler's from her. Isn't it cute? She sublimated that. So cute. So, let's talk. Today is Sunday, May 23rd, 2021. And it's a little bit longer in between videos this time, so I have a lot to share. And this is the month of May, and in the month of May last year, I started a bunch of new projects, like a load of new projects. I have them all listed here, crazy projects. But I had a good time starting all these projects. However, as I collect more and more cross-stitch patterns, I kind of have started to realize like some of them I want to keep and some of them I don't. And I think that's only natural, but we'll talk more about that when it comes up. Let's talk about WIPs. WIP, work in progress. So first up, on the 15th, last Saturday, no, when was it? Yeah, last Saturday, the 15th, I started picking back up Bothy Threads kit. Where is my little piece of paper so I can show you? This is a Bothy Threads kit of a William Morris design, and this is called Bellflower. Isn't it pretty? Nice symmetrical pattern. And I started up here in the corner, the top corner, and so I did manage to get the greens and the creams done, which is a, oh, sorry, I'm directionally challenged. It's pretty much filled in right here, but because I was over at Family's, I did not get as much done as I wanted to, but it looks so good. It's really 3D when you look at it up close. I don't think that you can kind of get the depth of those stitches very well in the camera, but this is on a 14 count Zweigart Ada that was included in the kit. So the kit came with this fabric and with the threads as well. And I do like it. I do like it, and I want to keep working on it. It's a little slow going, but I think once I get to the flowers, I think that it'll, start to look and feel more like the tapestry that it is. Right now I'm just right there, and there's not a lot going on. And because it's a paper pattern, it feels like it's going a lot slower than when I work on, say, something that I can import into Pattern Keeper, which I do have a tablet that I got from, and I believe that I have it linked in my link haven. If I don't, then I'll make sure that I do. I purchased a tablet just for cross stitching. I know that sounds silly, but once I tried Pattern Keeper, I never wanted to go back to paper patterns. So I bought the cheapest tablet that I could find on Amazon, and I think it cost me like 50 or 60 quid, and which is a lot, I know. But trust me, when you're doing this many projects and you're really invested, it's a very small price to pay for the speed that you make up for it. So that is the first thing that I worked on last week. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Anybody else suffer from hay fever? Sorry. So I've got this in one of these wallets. I got this at a stationery store. These are great. They're durable. They hold a lot. And they're cheap. So if you're looking for project bags, I would recommend getting some of these. I'm going to pop that down on the floor. Next up, are you ready? This is one of my favorites. I'm going to keep this out for the month of June, and I'm going to talk more about that in the plans section of this video, but this is the, where's my, let me talk. This is my Twisted Rainbow Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. And I purchased the Dinky Dye Silk Pack from my friend Jessie at Mislaid Pages on Etsy. This is what it looks like. So basically, it's got butterflies, and then in between the butterflies and flowers, there are these bands. You see these thick bands here along the middle. Those are all specialty stitches. And I've never really done specialty stitches before, so it feels intimidating, but it's really not. Here are the beautiful threads that go along with it. You see those dinky dyes? Sorry about the glare. There we go. It's gorgeous silks that come with it. You do have to buy them separately, of course, but you can purchase both of these in Jessie's shop if you'd like to get it. I have her linked in the link haven, but let's get to the meat and potatoes. Here it is. Sorry, now fold this again. Wow. So this is Twisted Rainbow Sampler, and this is bands 1 and 2. Band 1 is the butterfly, and band 2 are all those specialty stitches. I'm doing this on a 25 count black Zweigart that I got from Amazon because I live in Ireland, the actual country Ireland, and it is difficult for me. I don't have an LNS or anything, so most of the stuff that I buy is from the UK. Anyway, we've got upright rice stitch, then, oh goodness, a 6, hold on, don't let me misspeak. They're so beautiful. It was open already, Rachel. When I first started, I was really confused, and then I talked to Jessie, and she was like, oh, it's easy, just do it like this. And I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. First one is upright rice stitch. Get really close so you can see. Come on now. Upright rice stitch is this one that kind of looks like a cross. That's there, and then it's also on this side, on the outside. The second one is the diamond eyelet over 4. This one and this one. And then the big one in the middle is diamond eyelet over 8. Can I tell you something? Confession. Come on. Hi. So the big one in the middle, the diamond eyelet over 8, I always started on this side and I moved upward. The diamond eyelet over 8, I got about here and then I had to go to bed for the night and I could not sleep because of that wonderful, methodic, like feeling of doing those stitches. So lovely and different that I kept thinking about that I was keeping going as I'm trying to sleep, and like I'm thinking about stitching. It was bizarre. Confession. But it is gorgeous. It feels so nice. And on the back side, it looks almost the same. Look at that. It looks almost the same on the back. My backs are not neat. It's okay. Forgive me. So that is my Northern Expressions Needlework Twisted Rainbow Sampler. I love it so much. I will talk more about it in plans because I'm trying to teach my brain that I would like to remember to do things in a different way that's more organized. I'm teaching myself. So that was that one. And then I was supposed to work on this one, which is Frog and Wellies by Fabi Riley, and this was from the World of Cross Stitching magazine. I don't remember which issue it comes from, and I did not want to do it. I am retiring this pattern. I'm actually going to take out everything. I even bought all the floss for it. I'm retiring it. I'm going to frog. I'm going to frog what I did on this fabric. That's what I did last year. It's probably 70 stitches or so. And I'm going to repurpose this fabric. This was the February 2020 limited edition from Crafty Kitten in a 28 count Lugana. I'm just going to go ahead and frog that. I'm going to put these threads, these DMC threads, in my floss box, and I'll just use them for another project because I'm not loving it, and it's nothing to do with the designer. It's just I'm not going to work on it again, and I'd rather do something else with that stuff. So I'm going to put that over there so I can put that away after this episode. Also, that was Monday. Monday was a fun day. I had a lot of work to do Monday, and I was not interested in working on a new project. I didn't want to work on a Mania start. Instead, I put in a little bit of work to my Grimm's Fairy Tales stitch along. I'm trying to keep everything good because I ironed stuff for you today. And I took them out of queue for snaps and everything, and hoops and whatever. I've been working on the Grimm's Fairy Tales stitch along by Cloud's Factory for a little too long now. The stitch along is over. This stitch along, there's a shorter version. It's called a Sal. So you'll hear me say that a lot now. Sal, stitch along. This Sal started last year or 2019, I think, and it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I have a picture go up somewhere here on the screen. I just lose motivation to work on this. So I'm using this as my, 25/7 project. Now that was started by someone else, Reflections and Framing, but I've adapted it into my own stitching routine, and I'm trying so hard to keep up with it. It's very difficult for me to do the same thing every day. Very difficult for me to find a routine that I do every single day. I find that very monotonous, so I'm trying. What I'm doing right now is I am on Rapunzel. You can see her there in her tower. And I did work on her a little bit this week. She got eyes, but I realized that her tower, sorry, I can't see where I'm going sometimes. Her tower is one stitch too high, or too long, rather, I should say. So I'm going to have to do a little fudging. But is she cute? Is she cute? I think I'm going to do a little bit of back stitch to make her arm pop out, because I want her to be super sassy. And so my goal, well, I'll talk about goals and plans later. But that's what I did. Grimm's Fairy Tales Stitch Along, Sal. And this is on Barbarall Creations 16 count Ada in the color olive oil. And I think it works really well for this stitch along. So that goes there. Actually, that's going to go, I'm going to put that away. It goes and lives in my Lovey More bag. And I put all of my colors, my DMC floss. It's got DMC and Weeks Dye Works. I'm using the called for colors. And I've got them all in floss away bags. I'm using a ring. I've got these little rings, also from Instagram, from Amazon. It's hard to get away from Amazon, y'all. And that's what holds all my floss. It's very easy to pull this out this way. I find that I like the floss away bags a lot more than bobbins. That's just me. I'm gonna pop this back in here. And I have a printed copy of the chart inside so that I can take this anywhere. I don't need to be connected or have battery power to do it. And I'm gonna try to do this in the morning, every morning for 25 minutes, or to do 25 stitches. So let's talk about what the majority of my week was. I have been doing the Dark Queen of the Seas stitch along. Dark Queen of the Seas, quite water. Y'all, I was talking for like 6 hours yesterday. Forgive me. I'm tripping up over myself. Dark Queen of the Seas Stitch Along by Autumn Lane Stitchery. They release one part every month on the 1st. And it was my goal to finish the latest part of the Stitch Along before the end of the month. And I wanted to get it done last week. Didn't have enough time. Y'all, this drop. So I have taken her out of the scroll frame because I want you to see how beautiful she is. Just as a little peek, I'm using Under the Sea Fabrics Bewitched in 28 count opalescent linen. And this was provided by Under the Sea Fabrics. They did like this thing where you could buy the specialty threads, the bead pack, and the fabric, all from Under the Sea by Leslie. And I did that. She's so pretty. There are other words that I want to use for her as well, but I will keep this PG-13. She is so cool. Right, so this month we did the bottom. I'm going to pull her up a little bit so that we can zoom in. We did this part right here. So we had the tentacle, as it were. So next month we should be getting more tentacles. What I'm missing, if you're like, I have that and that doesn't look like mine at all. I do not have yet the trident. There's a trident and there's coral that mirrors the other side over here. Also, I do not have a crown, and I do not have corners, and I substituted the skull from another member of the Facebook group, and I made it into the magic chart. So mine is a little bit different, and that's okay. Also, my hair is different than what was charted. I took the inspiration picture. I've talked about this all the time, but I took the inspiration for changing the hair color and I charted it myself. Or I used the colors, I matched the colors from Erin's design, and then I just kind of filled it into the pattern as I went. And I think it did pretty good. I'm so happy with myself. So I'm going to put this away. I don't want to see this for a week. I really don't. I don't want to see this till June 1st. On June 1st, I'm going to pull this out and I'm going to be so happy. And I'll tell you what I'm using. I'm using a patchwork paw print bag. I have so much stuff in this bag because I took this project to the United States with me when I went to stay with family for a while. I'm using a, oh my goodness, what is that? Oh, that is the pattern. Oops. It burnt into the plastic. Okay, I'm going to have to wash that off. So this is a Tula Pink fabric from Bags Plus and on Etsy. This is one of her kind of bobbin buddies. Like it holds, I don't know, 24, 32 bobbins. And I'm using all bobbins for this project, mostly, except for these flosses, which also stick into it, which is really cool. So if you don't want to use bobbins, you could also just stick your skeins of DMC in there, and they won't come out. They won't come out. In the back here, I actually have extra skeins. Oh, I do have extra 550. Yes. All right, I won't worry about it then. I was worried that I didn't have 550. Anyway, I have it in the back. So we have the specialty threads in here, which got metallics. This was used in the skull. These are going to be used next. These treasure braids. Petite treasure braids. And then I have the bead pack. Cool, huh? All of those beads. I did show them off when I first got the bead pack, but I don't think we're doing beads until the very end. So I'm gonna move those papers out of the way too because I don't need them anymore. And I've got étoile everywhere. Let me just quickly pull these out. I've got like Sulky that Jessie gave me. Isn't that a beautiful color? This is Sulky Floss. Ooh, it's upside down. See how it's 12 weight, heavy cotton. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I want to use it for something. She also gave me this color, which I think is really cool. I'll find something to do with it one day. But anyway, I'm keeping that in a patchwork paw print bag. I love this bag. It's really holding up for me, even though I have really abused this bag with this project because, yeah, it's a biggin. I probably should have a bigger bag for this project, but it's okay. I just kind of stuff everything in. I've broken the interfacing, but it's okay. And then I put my fabric in, and it does zip up, but that's kind of what it looks like, and it's gonna go away. I don't want to see it for a while. All right, last whip. So I finished that, was it day before yesterday? So Friday night. Yes, because I stayed up. Well, actually I didn't finish Friday night. I finished yesterday morning. On Friday night, my friend Crafting with Mrs. Crochet and Coffee, she goes live on her channel, and it's like 3 a.m. for me. But I was up and I was stitching that bottom part of the stitch along, and I was trying so hard to stay awake and just finish the whole thing. And I had a great time hanging out with people and just like listening and stitching and laughing. But I lost, like I didn't have a color in there. I was missing one of the colors. So I did go to bed at like 3:30. And then in the morning, I was making my coffee. I came in here and I went into my floss stash and I found just enough of this color to finish this section. So I finished it yesterday. Anyway, I'm so happy that I'm caught up to where I wanted to be, and I'm ready for the next release. I know that I'm still a drop behind. I have the coral and the trident to do, but I am not worried about that. I really just wanted to focus on her, especially since that was over 5,000 stitches. And I didn't think I could do 5,000 stitches in what was it? What day is it? The 23rd? So that's 3 weeks. That's not too bad. But I also only worked on that project really. And then last night, this is the project that I want to focus on this week. Because last night after the D-Stash, I had a Patreon only live stream, which is something that I do every month for my patrons in the live streaming tier. And what Patreon is a website where you can give a monthly donation in return for perks. So the perks that I have set, I have just the tip jar if you just want to, pass me on $3 a month. I've got the like kind of like for the price of a coffee each month, you can get my weekly schedule and any pictures and updates that I give you. Then I have the vlog tier. So if you just want the schedule and the vlogs, you join that one. If you want the live streams, then you join the live stream tier, and then you get the vlogs and the schedule and everything else as well. And then the highest tier is the Zoom tier, where every month I'll give you a Zoom chat as well. And we all get together, and it's kind of like a stitching circle. And I love it. I'll be doing that next weekend, and I'm so excited. So with my live stream tier and the Zoom tier, last night I went live for them, and I worked on a project from Park Hopper Bart called Wakanda Forever. And after such a stressful day, well, I say stressful, but it was just busy and loud and me talking the whole time, this was the perfect way to unwind with just some straight stitching. So I went ahead and I extended the purple lines there, and I am going to continue writing the letters and doing the border above where it says Wakanda. If you want to have a look, I should have showed you the full picture first, but sometimes I do things backwards here. Here is what it looks like, completed. Isn't that pretty? So I am right here, and I need to move this over, finish these lines here, his head, and then I got to work on the bottom. But I'm trying to move the Q-snap as little as possible. I'm using Nothing by Mystic Fabrics on a 32 count linen. It's a beautiful piece of fabric. I love how Misty's linen is really like supple. I think that's the right word. I love it. And what I've done is I've changed the colors. He has charted this for DMC, but I went ahead and just looked at my stash because I didn't want to buy anything. And I had the perfect floss for this project. So we've got Bee Stitch Me Silks, or not silks. Yeah. Silk. Yeah, silks. And then I've got a Weeks Dye Works in Snowflake, and that's the cotton. So we've got 4 silks and a cotton, and it works out just perfect. It's super soft. They're nice to work with, and they're super colorful on this fabric. So I'm loving it, and I'm also using Patchwork Paw Print for this project as well. I thought I'd show off the bags today because I'm in a bag mood. I saw this fabric this morning in the Black Needle Society is going to be doing Frogwarts Year 2, which is like a Hogwarts banner type thing. And I've got the first banner. Where are you? There it is. Here's the Year 1 pattern. I think it's still for sale. If you want to grab it, turn it a little bit so you can see. It has all the kind of like little things from the first book. And that's the name, Black Needle Society Frogwarts Year 1 band sampler. And I did not participate last year. I didn't even know about it. So this year I'm getting the box for Year 2, and I saw someone in the Facebook group show that they had bought or made bags for their project and for their friends. And I was like, oh! So this morning when I woke up, I actually looked online to see if I could find fabric to make bags. And then I messaged a friend of mine. She has a company called Winky Wonky Bags on Etsy. And I asked her if she would be willing to make me a bag and maybe make another bag. We'll see if she accepts or not. No pressure, but I'm excited because I have an idea. And when I get ideas, I get really excited. I don't know if other people get excited with me, but I saw this fabric and I was just like, I want this in my life. Anyway, all of that to just say, I don't even know. Bags. I like bags. And I wanted to show you my bags so that you could see all these lovely, like, you know, small businesses. And it's not necessary. You really don't have to do it. It's just that, you know, sometimes I get overboard with my hobbies. Hello? I go a little overboard. I'm also using this project tracker, which I haven't shown you in a while. But this is from S. Ward Designs on Etsy. They have these project trackers, and this one is a 3-year tracker. I definitely didn't need 3 years for this project because I am planning on finishing it. But the cool thing is that I could see a visual representation. The last time that I worked on this was April the 20th. So it was over a month before I picked it up again. That should never, ever happen again. No, I need to finish some projects so I feel better about myself. But this is how I get sometimes. So that's Wakanda Forever by Park Hopper Bart. Let me have a sip of water. Excuse me. Don't forget to stay hydrated. All right. Plans. Let me talk to you about Mania real quick. For the cross-stitching portion of this video, which this video is going on a bit. Oh, it's only 30 minutes. I can talk more. For this week, I am supposed to do... Yesterday, I was supposed to work on this. The Riolus Unicorn. Come on. Riolus Unicorn. Look at this beautiful unicorn in my hair that's stuck in there. Isn't that pretty? Ain't it pretty? I did not feel like touching this yesterday because Riolus has a very complicated pattern and it's printed. So I just said, nay, I am not working on this today. Not today. However, I do like this project and I would like to pick it up again. This is again in another patchwork paw print bag. I actually won this pattern and a bag and a needle minder and some scissors from my friend Michelle Bendy Stitchy. She was doing a charity auction last year, or was it 2019? And anyway, she was raising some money and I was the one that outbid everybody and I got my unicorn pattern. So I adore it, but I got a unicorn. You can't see this, but the bag is actually this beautiful, I think this is a Tula pink as well. And it has a unicorn inside as well. Not that you can see it, but this is going to be gorgeous when it's complete. It's just that it takes a lot of brain power for me. And sometimes I don't have it in me. So I'm gonna try to pick this up next month. And kind of do a bit of unicorns next month. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but I'm going to set this to the side. Today, for Stitch Mania, I'm supposed to be working on yoga corns. I'm still undecided on whether or not I'm going to work on this today or not. I did not iron. I'm sorry. This is from Little Room in the Attic on Etsy. And it's called Yoga Corns 1. Isn't that so cute? So I finished this guy. And then I'm going to go on to this guy. Ready? This is from a Galaxy printed 16 count Ada by Easy Stitch for Fun, I think it is, on Etsy. And this is my little yoga corn. I think it's done. I might still have some back stitching left to do on that actually. But yeah, this is My little dude. So cute. So I'm supposed to work on this today. We'll see how I feel. Today has turned into a gorgeous day outside. And if there's one thing that you need to know about Ireland, it is that the sun very rarely shines. I think there's an average out there somewhere, and I think it's something like out of 365 days a year, I think it rains like 298 of them. Something like that. It's a crazy amount of rain. It's on par with Pacific Northwest. So if you live there or know someone who lives there and they're like always in a cloud, that's me. So it makes filming sometimes really difficult. Anyway, this is the project I'm supposed to work on today. We'll see how I feel. If I just want to do Wakanda forever, that's what I'm going to do. But because I do want to finish it, it is a project for my friend, and it's late now. That bag, by the way, I got this on AliExpress. I don't recommend buying things from AliExpress, but it's basically just like a shopping bag or like a stationery bag, and it has a wristlet to it. But I just saw unicorns, and I think it was like $1.50 or something, so I bought it. I was looking for, at the time, I was looking for budget-friendly project bags because I know not everybody can afford to buy a handmade quilted with a vinyl front project bag. I understand, but you get what you get. You get what you pay for. I always mess up sayings as well, by the way. So if you like to laugh at people, you'll be laughing at me a lot. Now, tomorrow, the calendar says that I am supposed to work on my Stitch Mania start from last year. What is it with these bags? These bags are the shiniest. This is Plum Street Samplers Sheep Heap. Can you... Hello? I'm going to call you Linda. Sorry. Bear with me. There are 3 sheep in a heap. This is such a cute pattern, and it's got, I think these are clover. Yeah, these are all clover on the side. And maybe raspberries and blackberries. It doesn't matter. But these are, because I'm in Ireland, I wanted this pattern. And, oh wait, stop. Berry stalks. So they are berries. Okay. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I am using the Classic Colorworks and the Weeks Dye Works that are recommended for this pattern. And I'm using, what does it say? The model was stitched on 36 count oaken using 1 strand over 2 threads. But I'm using 28 count oaken and doing 2 strands over 2 fabric threads. So because I don't have much to show you, I'm going to show you what the flosses look like too. Here we go. So if you saw my Mania video, then you already know what this looks like because I haven't started on it yet, but I'll show you again. Is it the top? I don't know which way it goes. I'm not sure, but that's all I have. That's it. And you can see where I ripped it out. So I think it goes this way. I think the curve goes on the top. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So this is oaken by Picture This Plus. Am I missing a Classic Colorworks? Yes. I am missing Pine Needles and Queen Bee. Anyway, that's most of the colors are here. Isn't that a beautiful palette? I like that palette. And I like it on this colored fabric. I'm not normally one for the browns, but browns really work to pop color. So I'm going to have to order some Queen Bee. I think I have pine needles in my Fox View, which is another Plum Street Samplers kit. So I can always, borrow from that one, but I will have to. Are you writing this down, Jessie? Jessie is my my floss provider. Queen Bee by Classic Colorworks. That's what I need. I don't know why I don't have it. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this one because I like working with over-dyed floss. I think it's really fun, or over-dyed, variegated, however you want to call it. And the last plan is to go back to the rainbow sampler. So the Twisted Rainbow Sampler, I'm planning on working in the month of June as well. And I'm not going to say that I'm not working on any other project, but I really want to work on that one because June is Pride Month. And I am 100% a supporter of the Alphabet Mafia, or the LGBTQIA plus community. It's a mouthful, but it's important to say it. I want to just let everybody know that this is a safe place for them. If you are, someone who, I guess we would have said in the margins, you're not in the margins. Like you're a person and you deserve to be here just like everybody else. And when I was growing up, it was really difficult because people just wouldn't accept you if you weren't a cis white person, basically. But now I think people are starting to understand that it's important to accept people. Not everybody is going to think like you. Not everybody is going to believe in the same things that you believe, but everybody deserves to be here. So it's important. And I love participating in things around June with having to do with Pride Month. And there's something really, really cool that I want to tell you about. And it's actually going to be the giveaway for this video. So if you're interested in giveaways, please have a look at the description of my video. It tells you how to enter into any giveaway. But there is something online. This is from uncannycarry.com. And this is a trans pride cross stitch pattern. And this is a beautiful unicorn tapestry. Look at this. Amazing. What it says is that all trans people deserve peace, happiness, safety, and success. This unicorn tapestry cross-stitch pattern using the colors of the trans pride flag is meant to celebrate and support trans visibility. This original art is by Carrie Nacken, which is the website. And the pattern is from D's 20 Stitches. So you can find D's 20 Stitches on Instagram. I'll show you what to do. You just copy and search Google for this, and the first link is D's 20 Stitches on Instagram. So you can have a look at all of D's patterns. And I think that it's important that we support people who don't necessarily, maybe you don't have everything in common with someone, but it's really important to be supportive. And I want to support in whatever way I can. And the way that you could support is that you could go and you can purchase this pattern. If you think this is a pretty pattern and you would like to stitch it and gift it, or whatever you want to do, I think that you should go out there and buy this. But what I'm going to do, if you look here as well on the website, it'll say that from May 17th to June 30th, 50% of all sales of this pattern are going to be distributed between Dee's favorite organizations that support and uplift trans people. And that is awesome. So 50% of all the proceeds are going to charity, and you get a really beautiful pattern. So I am going to host a giveaway. I want to be able to purchase a pattern for one of you, and I will have it sent to your email. It will not come to me. I don't buy the PDF and then give it to you. I will tell them to send it to you. So what I would like you to do, if you are interested in joining along, there's going to be a stitch along as well. But the important first thing is that if you're interested in this pattern and you would like to enter the giveaway, please fill in the Happy Mail form down below. Make sure that you are over 18. Do not say giveaway in your comment, but just use the word unicorn somewhere in your comment. And I will buy this for one person. But when we reconvene next weekend, I will look at all the comments. I will put it in the random comment picker, and the person whose name I draw, if you have filled in my Happy Mail form, I'm going to have it sent directly to your email so that you can get a copy. But if you don't win, I would still love you to buy a copy. And maybe if you want to stitch along with all of us, well, actually, I personally will not be stitching this, not because I have anything against it. I'm going to buy it, but I'm not going to stitch it right now because I want to focus on my rainbow tapestry. And I have 1,000,001 whips. But there is going to be a stitch along, and it's called the Transtastic Sal. So I'll put it up on the screen, Transtastic Sal, S-A-L, that my friend Jessie over at Mislaid Pages is going to be hosting this little stitch along. And you can be anybody who wants to join. You don't have to be a YouTuber or anything like that. All of these stitch alongs are open for everyone. It's not just us, right? So all this to say, please support your fellow man, no matter what their orientation is. And I think that they deserve to have some recognition. And you can see, you can actually see it on my screen that I was watching Michelle Bendy talk about it just before we got on here. See, that's where I got my link. So please join. If you don't want to stitch it, or if you're not interested in the unicorn, I understand. But June is a very big month for all of us. And as a member of this community, I would really love it if you would break out something that's rainbow colored, or that maybe in the colors of the flag that you identify with most, and stitch along with us. So for me, I'm going to do the rest of the video here. Why not? For me, I'm going to go ahead and do the rainbow tapestry because I love rainbows and I have a lot of unicorns already, but I am buying this pattern. So I'm going to, my goal in June is to finish the next band of butterflies and then the next specialty stitches band by the end of June. And I'm sure that can happen. All right, so that is cross stitch for today. Hi, baby. I don't know if you can see her. So there's just a little bit of knitting, just a tiny bit of knitting, and then we can go. Okay. I wanted to tell you about a friend of mine, Ellie, in the UK, and I wanted to let you know she's having a going out of business sale. Unfortunately, she's shutting down her shop. She's shutting down, and she, if you don't remember, I'll just get an example out of here. She's the one who made my Witcher yarn club, and this one, for example, is Yennefer de Vengerberg. She's the one that dyed all of these beautiful yarns, and I did the feline phantom test knit for her with that beautiful sweater that I made. I'll put a picture up here so you can have a look back around Christmas, and I'm really sad to see her shut down. Hopefully she will come back in time, but she is having her sale, and so I wanted to show you her site. This is her website, Curio Stitches. And if you go, you can see that she has patterns, fiber. She still has yarn in stock. And one of my favorites is this What is Reality? I just ordered I don't remember how many skeins of that. And then she's got hexed. I got some of that as well. yeah, just gorgeous stuff. I think she's out of a few things, but then she has project bags still available as well. So please go and support. I believe that when you get to the checkout, you would go to and type in the word closing, CLOSING, and that will give you 50% off all of her stuff. She didn't ask me to do this. It's just something I wanted to say because I really enjoyed her yarn, and I hope she comes back because she is a brilliant dyer. All right, let's go ahead and wrap up with, this is from So Livy Dyes Yarn. This is my Never Ending Story club, because I love the Never Ending Story. And I'm going to open this underneath my desk because it's very loud. There's a gift. Okay, get rid of that. This is the last color, I believe. Oh my gosh, it's called Ivory Tower. You know, at the end, that end scene with these colors, all of these colors in this picture are in this yarn. It's amazing! Oh my god. Okay, so Livy Dyes Yarn. She's got amazing stuff. She's doing a bunch of clubs, actually, so go check her out. Luna. She's the one stepping on the plastic now. So I've got this. I've got a card as well, which I'm going to open now. I think this is just to say that it's the end of the club. Thank you so much for being a part of my very first club. I appreciate all your support, and I love when you show it on your channel. Well, of course, I wait until I film these videos to open them. Can't wait to see what you make with it. This skein concludes the club. Please enjoy this pin as well. Look at it. It's so cute. So it's the design that's on the front of the book in the movie. And there is a protective plastic cover on top so that it wouldn't scratch. So I'd have to take that off. But that is so neat. That is so neat. I might have to make that into a cover minder or a needle minder. I know that sometimes I'm all over the place and sometimes like blah, blah, blah. Things just kind of like come out of my mouth, but that's just the way that I am today. It is now 4:30, which is a lot later than I normally film. But I'm still glad that you joined me today. I hope that you all have a wonderful week. I hope that you stay safe. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Don't just be careful and take care of yourself. If you need anything, give a holler. In the meantime, I'm going to try to do as much as I can, but I do have a lot of diamond paintings to box up and send off, so my videos might be a bit scarce this week. Not sure yet, but I'm going to go take this dog out, and I hope that I will see you again next week for the next Flosstube, and also on Wednesday when I do my whip and chat video, which I do every week, where I talk about, what's going on in my world and with the crafting and everything else. I'd love it if you would join me for that too. So Luna and I say goodbye. Right, Luna? She's given up on me, y'all. She's gone back to bed. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next time. Bye!